Good morning, loves. Suki Sophia over my left shoulder. And I are jumping on this morning to share and to love, always, right? Most of you who know me well know that I am not a watcher of the news. Good morning, Joelle. I am not a watcher of the news. For personal reasons. It's just not good energy for me. And if something really happens in the world that I need to know about, the benevolent forces of the universe make sure that I know. So I am certainly aware as a person who lives in Austin and as a Texan, what's going on with the bombings here in Austin. Good morning, Julia. And the summer when there was the church shooting here in Texas is when I felt compelled, motivated. Good morning, Joe. Compelled, motivated, and like I just could not do it, to create the self-love movement with Tracy Lee. And if you haven't joined, please join. And I'll put a link after the video on here to join. Good morning, Kelsey. Good morning, Cindy. So I got a couple of text messages this morning, one from one of my oldest and dearest friends, Frankie, who lives in Boulder, who sent me a message that said, maybe it's time for you to get out of Austin, and a message from my sister, Wendy, who lives in Las Vegas, within hours of each other, and had a Marco Polo conversation with my dear friend, Allison, who posted about it this morning. So within my first cup of coffee this morning, the Austin bombings had come into my conscious awareness 3 times at a minimum. And what I can tell you unequivocally, good morning, Karen, is that what A Course in Miracles teaches, and as a teacher and a student of A Course in Miracles, what I believe is that every moment is a moment to choose fear or to choose love. And it's really hard when things are scary, legit scary, not just like the shit I'm making up in my head scary, but like scary. Good morning, Eric. When I came back to Austin from Houston last week, there was a Amazon package on my doorstep that was something I had ordered, that was something Amazon told me had been delivered, and I knew it was here. And I'm going to tell you, I walked by that damn box of Marley coffee for a day and a half before I picked it up. It is Frank Kogan, Karen. And so my friend Allison and I had a conversation this morning, and she asked me, what am I feeling? And this might sound odd, but the top note of what I'm feeling is compassion for whoever it is that's doing this. And I know that sounds odd, but what I know in my heart of hearts is that if whoever that person is had a community, had friends, had people that he or she could say anything to. I talk with my clients about having a morning scan and just what's heavy on my mind and what's heavy on my heart, and to witness yourself and then to let yourself be witnessed. I really truly believe that if that person or those people that are doing those things had in their life unconditional love reflected back to them, that perhaps they would not be in the madness that they're in now. And so I feel compelled again to do what I do, to be in the love of the day, to share the love with you guys. Good morning, Walter Kurt. To stay in my joy, to stay in my love, to stay in the gratitude and appreciation for the fact that I have people in my life who will listen to me in my madness and love me and not judge me and not ridicule me, that I have the freedom and the safety and the courage and the wherewithal to be that vulnerable. And this morning, more than anything, I feel compelled to share it with you guys and to encourage you, beseech you, implore you, beg you to find people that you can share anything with. Now, it's not everyone, right? I have a handful of beautiful souls that I have cultivated over time. Some of them new, some of them not. Allison and I haven't even been friends for 6 months, maybe 6 months, but not more than a year. Good morning, Blair. And find people who you can share your whole truth with, the shadow and the light. Find people who will hold space for you. Find a community, find a tribe, good morning, Zach, find me. You can always shoot me a private message and share with me. Good morning, Marlene. Share with me what is on your heart. The number one pearl in my toolbox, which is a card deck that I'm finally birthing this year. The number one pearl in my toolbox is better out than in. When we keep that stuff inside of us, when we keep the toxicity, the fear thoughts, the anger thoughts, the rage thoughts, the disappointment thoughts, when we keep those things inside of us, they become sickness. I really, truly, 1,000% believe that they will become cancer or they will become madness, right? And so whoever this person or people are that are doing these things in Austin, I wish you had a tribe of people that could hold you. I wish you had a tribe of people who could love you in your madness before it became madness. And I feel such sadness that we don't all have that. And it is my absolute determination to share and to continue to be that space for others, and to encourage you all to be that space for others, to allow yourself to be supported in that way, to find your people who will not judge you, will not ridicule, will not criticize you, but will just hold you, because we all have moments of consumed with fearness. We all have moments of frustration and disappointment and despair and grief and even rage. It's part of the human condition. And this notion that we are not to share our, quote, negative feelings, and I don't believe in negative feelings. I believe that treat every emotion like a friend, is what the Wish game says. And I grew up believing that there was only a few of my emotions that were okay to share, that were okay to be witnessed. And I had to learn that that's not true. And I had to find the people who were safe for me. And sometimes the people I thought were safe for me weren't safe for me, but I will never stop building and cultivating a tribe of people who will love me unconditionally and hold space for me in my own madness. Thank you, Karen. So today, just take a moment. If you're watching this live now, if you're watching the replay, I implore you to scan your mind. What is heavy on your heart? What is weighing on your mind? Notice those things and write them down, and share them with someone. Share them with me. You can share them in the self-love movement. If you're not ready for that big of a bold, vulnerable step out into the world, you can find your besties to share it with. Share them with your husband or your wife. If that's too vulnerable for you, then send me a message. Send me a private message and share them with me, because I can hold space for that. I will, I'm willing to, and I want to. So my challenge to you today is to scan your mind and notice what is heavy on your mind. What is heavy on your heart? What is weighing on you? And take the bold, fearless step, or even a fearful step, to find someone today to share that with. And then, perhaps the easier part for some of us, find someone else who you notice. Start to feel people. Start to notice the feelings of people. We all have empathy, all of us, unless the madness has taken us to a place where we no longer have empathy. But I believe we all have empathy. And notice the people around you. Notice what they're feeling. Notice if they feel sad. Notice if they look sad, especially if you're in Austin. Now, let me be really careful here. it's going to be important that we do not stir up each other's fear and panic and worry, that we lovingly hold space for. My dear friend Brian Kurtz says, be the Grand Canyon of love, where that big fear can fall into the Grand Canyon of my love, and it will just be consumed and burnt up in the fires of love. But don't stir up the fervor of fear and panic and pandemonium. Hold firm and be grounded in the truth that while, yes, there are moments, personal moments and public moments of atrocity and fear and terror in the world, there are also grounded moments of goodness and love and peace. So when you're witnessing and holding space for someone else today, I encourage you to do it from a place of love, really grounded into Mother Earth, into the truth of whatever it is you believe, into your faith, whatever your faith may be. So the challenge for you is twofold today. One, scan to find what is on your mind and what is on your heart. Share it with someone else or share it with me in a private message. And two, find someone or multiple someones for whom you can hold space today. Good morning, Mark. We can make the world a more peaceful, grounded, loving space. We can and we must. I must. I can't not, right? So in my fear and sadness this morning, in my noticing that what I want to do is pull all the people that I love into my teeny tiny little bungalow in Hyde Park in Austin. I want my adult children and their girlfriends and their pets. I want all the people that I know and love to be here in this space with me so that I can put my eyes on them and know that they're safe. That's my humanness, right? That's my mama heart. And then the ripple comes. Well, I don't just want them. I want my sisters and my nieces and my dad. And, then pretty soon there's no breathing room in my little bitty house. That's my mama heart. My mama heart wants to gather everybody around me so that I know that you're safe. Good morning, Sonia. And so what's mine to do this morning is this. What's mine to do this morning is from the aloneness, and I'm never alone really, but it's just me, the soloness in my house with Suki Sophia blissfully asleep on the couch behind me, to reach out to all of you and to put my arms around you this morning. To put my arms around you this morning and love you and give you the opportunity to become aware of what it is that's inside of you. Because I imagine that this person who's doing these things in Austin didn't and doesn't have someone like that for him or for her. And that breaks my heart. Truly breaks my heart. So I can't put my arms around everyone, but I can put my arms around the people who are watching today. I can share with you from my tender heart. I can share with you from my passionate love. And I can hope that your witnessing, your experiencing, our connecting today will leave a mark on you, and it will emanate from me to you, to the next person, and however many people you come in contact with today. Just like a cold is contagious, my prayer, my wish, my determination is that this can also be contagious, and that we can absolutely learn how to love ourselves and learn how to love each other in the world. And I get the great joy and pleasure of being able to make this my life's work. And I tell you, absolutely, it is an honor. And it's, my work, right? Like, I used to be the person that couldn't cry in front of people that I knew. I was in therapy for years and never cried in front of the therapist. I used to get in the car and cry on the way home, right? And now I'm crying in front of the Facebook world. that is my own achievement and my own work. So I get it. I get that this is hard. I'm not for 1 second insinuating that this is easy or happens just like that. But what I can tell you is true with 100% certainty is that when we take time to notice ourselves, when we take time to notice our emotions, when we dare to share that with someone else and let ourselves be loved by someone else, things change. Things change. We're not meant to live as isolated and independent and apart from one another as we do. We are meant to truly be a tribe. And so if I can help create a tribe of love, then that is what I will do. And that is what I must do. And that is what I'm asking all of you to do today. Your ego mind is going to argue with me, and that's okay. I'll put the gloves on and go 8 rounds or 7 rounds, or boxing analogies, not a boxing girl. With your ego, I will. Because your ego mind will tell you, because its job is to keep you safe, it thinks, and your ego mind will tell you that, oh, if I told anybody those crazy thoughts in my head, if I really let anybody know how sad I am, how disappointed I am, how stuck I am, good morning, Paula, how stuck I am on that thing that I've been stuck on for 15 years, good morning, Lisa, or Liza, good morning, Leslie, again. If I let anybody know that that's what's really going on for me, they will not love me and I will not be safe. But here's the truth. Here's the real God's honest truth. When I, and only when I, let people see all of me, the shadow and the light, the things that I'm proud of and the things that have shame around, and you choose to love me and hold space for me and accept me in my light and in my shadow, in my good and in my not so great, then and only then am I truly safe in the world, right? So when we continue to hide things from each other, when we believe that if we tell each other the secrets of what's on our mind and what's on our heart, we will be rejected, we are in essence rejecting ourselves, and that is not self-love. Self-love says, there, fear, and like I'm this crazy lady that wants to talk about self-love in the world all the time instead of having a job in downtown Austin and a 401k and somebody else to pay for health insurance, right? That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? And when I first knew that that is what I was meant to do in the world, I was scared shitless to tell people. Because I thought for sure, good morning, Cindy, I thought for sure that people would judge me. And guess what? Some did. Some did, and some tried to discourage me. That's okay. That's from a place of their fear. Know that every person that you reach out to hold space for you isn't going to be a winner. That's all right. Keep trying until you find the people who can hold you and love you. And to make sure that you are holding loving space for others. Because in truth, giving and receiving are the same. They're the same energy and they're the same continuum of the infinity symbol, giving and receiving. And if you can't yet bravely and courageously and vulnerably figure out how to share this tender part of yourself with someone else, perhaps if you hold space for someone else and see that, oh, in truth, they don't die or spontaneously combust in front of me, then perhaps you can dip your toe in the water. And if you need someone to hold your hand, I will hold your hand. You can reach out and take my hand and choose love with me. But I'm telling you unequivocally, that is how we are going to make a difference in this world. And as crazy as it may sound to you today, I believe in my heart of hearts that if this person who is out there in Austin, or people planting bombs and tripwires and doing these things, had this kind of unconditional loving space for them, my firm belief is that they would no longer have a need to do these things. So that is my what's on my heart today. And I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for being here, for witnessing this. And I'm going to ask you to share this. If this touched you, good morning, Megan. If this stirred you, if this moved you, This is a movement that has to grow. And guess what? As passionate as I am, I cannot grow it by myself. I need you guys to push it with me. So I encourage you to share this video. I encourage you to tag your friends. However you want to do it, invite people to the self-love movement. This is, this is what we must do. This is what I must do. And I'm asking for your help to help it grow. So from the bottom of my very big, oozy, lovey heart today, I send you love. Big, big, big Tracy Lee love today. And I ask you to go share it with other people. Love you.